Hey yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy X coming at y'all with a brand new video, and as you guys can see, we are back at it with another tier list, this one being on the best small forwards in 2K21. So if you guys are excited, make sure you guys smash the like button down below and let me know what your favorite small forward in the game is right now. Like, if there's one guy that you just run, I'll give you guys some slack because the small forward position is a little bit, it's a little bit dry. So if you have a power forward that you run in the small forward, shooting guard, small forward, it's all cool. But I did want to say the small forward position is literally the weakest position that we have in 2K right now. I'll show you a little bit of what I'm talking about on 2KDB right here. So if we look, we're on filtered by position on small forward. There is one Dark Matters primary position small forward, and then we have, let's see, 3, then we have 6, 9, 10 opals. That's not great. That's not great, especially when if we were to compare it to the PG position, where we have 5 Dark Matters and a whole lot of opals, like a lot of opals. If we were to check out the shooting guard position, where we have, I'm pretty sure, 6 Dark Matters and again a whole lot of opals, which is just crazy. The power forward position, we have 4 Dark Matters, but again we have quite a bit more opals. And then in the center position, because of the most recent set, we now have 4 Dark Matters, but still a good bit of opals that are at the center position. The small forward is just severely lacking. So 2K, please, in the next few sets, give us some guys that are some small forwards, man. We need better than this. They're basically making all of the really good cards primary position power forwards. It's a little bit annoying, but you know, is what it is. So back at it with the tier list. Also, if you guys do want to check out the point guards, the shooting guards that we did the last few days, it'll be linked in the description down below, as well as any gameplays that we talk about throughout the video. So starting off with the D tier, we're just going to show everybody that we got down there, which is Pink Diamond Peja Stojakovic, Diamond Karan Butler, Diamond LeBron James, and Opal Elgin Baylor. Now, Peja Stojakovic is kind of just that card that we clown on every single video. Everybody does. It's just, yeah, it's sad for him. It's sad to be the worst pink diamond, but it is what it is. Karan Butler, I absolutely hate his jumper. You will not see a world where I use this Karan Butler ever. LeBron James, just, I don't know. He's a really good slasher and an okay defender as a diamond, but like the thing is, he really can't even hit a consistent midi, and I'm not really looking for that out of my card, especially if I have to evo him up and work towards getting it. Like, no thank you. And Elgin Baylor is the worst Galaxy Opal in the game. That isn't Bill Walton. A lot of people forget that Elgin is an Opal, but he's definitely a worse Opal than Bill Walton is. So Walton, I guess you at least have that. Second worst Opal in the game. You know, high five to you. And he's a fun guy, though. So starting off in our C tier, or our maybe during limited, these are cards that, you know, I'm not really too excited about, but if there's like a very specific requirement in limited, I could see myself going ahead and, you know, throwing them in the lineup and things like that. It's kind of just like the general theme. I just wanted to make a fun, I guess, label for the whole tier. I think it's cool. So first off, we do have Galaxy Opal Rick Barry. Now, I haven't seen too many people disagree with me, which is great, but there are some people who see a Galaxy Opal and are like, bro, there's no way he's down it. Rick Barry, 6'7", 6'11" wingspan, which is cool. He's an amazing shooter and a really good finisher. But if you look, you have to pay 750 tokens for a guy that's only playmaking badge is post-spin technician. Like, you have to badge this card up. And then he has gold clamps and pick dodger, but really not any other important defensive badges. He really doesn't have great stats either there. His tendencies are okay, but then he has the base dribble style and the normal basic size up and escape. This Rick Barry card just is not very good, and again is one of those terrible opals, but because he does have clamps, and if you were to add a quick first step to him, he could be okay. I put him in this, like, you know, C tier, or maybe during limited. You know, if there was like this no quick first step, I guess limited requirement, Rick Barry could be a demon. He really could. Next up is Pink Diamond Paul George, a card that I wanted to include, maybe because of that locker code. Overall, not really too impressed with this Paul George card. He was amazing when he first came out. He was like the best Pink Diamond in the entire game. But if you actually go and look at it, he's kind of just like a 3-and-D guard card, which is pretty cool. But he just doesn't have a good dribble style. His basic and escape size up packages are terrible in normal too. And he has the normal release timing on that PG jumper, which is just way too slow and really not worth using too much. Paul George was great when he first came out, but he definitely has fallen. And it's sad because I love the throwback card art, man. It's like 2K15 Pink Diamond. It's beautiful. Chef's kiss. I love it, but definitely not too great. Next up is Amethyst Michael Porter Jr., who I've put higher on the tier list before, I'm pretty sure. But the thing with Michael Porter Jr. is you have to add a clamps to him. If you don't, he's kind of bad because he can't play any sort of defense, but he's got a good jumper. He can shoot from range. He's really good, and he's 6'10", which is awesome. I honestly kind of expect us to eventually get like a PG Michael Porter Jr. or even just a shooting guard one, and when we do, that card is going to be absolutely insane because this Amethyst is amazing offensively. He just doesn't have the defense to back it up. Next up is Lou Hudson, who is not a great card, but it's just like slightly better than the why are they in the game tier. Lou Hudson, jump shot 22, which is cool, but he has the normal release timing. His dribbling is just absolutely terrible. Like, when I say terrible, it's not good. I promise you, it's really not worth your time to go into the exchange and use this Lou Hudson. He's one of the main cards that I am talking about when I say the exchange is not worth it. And same thing goes for this Diamond Chris Middleton. Like, yeah, he's got a good jumper. He's going to be a good three-point shooter. He's a meh defender. You know, silver clamps is cool. Can't really finish too well. Overall, I'm not really impressed with Chris Middleton. I really haven't been too much. I actually like his jumper, but I just don't like the card, if that makes a little bit of sense. Like, the animation for the jumper is cool, but everything else is like, nah. Next up, we do have Ruby Jonathan Isaac, who I find as a great card, especially defensively, but if we're being honest, he for sure is lacking a little bit in the offensive category. I do expect that we get a better Jonathan Isaac, a pink diamond, an opal, something like that. And when we do, it'll be one of the best cards in the game because he's so good defensively. He has that Giannis build, which is amazing, and he has jump shot 70, which is one of the best jumpers in the game, especially for green window. So I'm super excited for that. But this Ruby has definitely fell from grace. Just doesn't have enough badges to back up how great he should be. And last but not least, we do have Ruby George Girvin. Ruby George Girvin, one of my favorite Ruby cards in the game. The only thing that hurts him, in my opinion, is the fact that he doesn't have the greatest of animations. Like, his dribbling animations, meh, they're not too great. And jump shot 40 is only on the normal release timing, but he does have great defense. He's a pretty good, shooter, at least stats and badges wise. He finishes at the basket, amazing for a Ruby, and he can play make pretty well too. I like George Girvin, but definitely is only a maybe during limited. You probably won't see me running him in my main squad, like ever, like ever. So next up is our perfect for budget teams tier. I kind of figured a lot of the cards that we'd be throwing in this like middle tier were probably some of the cheaper cards. So I figured, perfect for budget teams was a great little name for it. So we're starting off with the Diamond Jimmy Butler, who actually is a solid card. I'm not going to say that he's better than like the normal Jimmy. Like, I think you'd be kind of crazy if you'd say, that. But if you do Evo this Jimmy Butler all the way up, he's actually got quite a few Hall of Fame badges. He's a pretty good defender. He's got quick first step and downhill. He has gold range, and he has some pretty good finishing. Jump shot 22 on quick is amazing, and he has the curvy slide. The only thing that sucks is his power dribble style is not good. But everything else about him is actually really solid, and he's pretty similar to that possessed Amethyst. He's actually a better version of that possessed Amethyst. So if you liked that, it might not be too bad of an idea to Evo this Jimmy Butler up, but I'm pretty sure you need like 10 steals and 5 blocks at that second Evo to get up to Amethyst, and that is a pain in the ass, so I doubt many of you guys are probably going to do it. Next up is Diamond Timothy Luau Cabarro, one of my favorite cards, actually, just to use in general. He's just really fun. Like, I like Cabarro. I don't know what it is, but he's just a fun card. Now, Timothy is definitely no longer attainable. He was only available last season during those weird challenge rewards things. But if you get him up to Diamond, he is an amazing slasher. He's a really good shooter. His defense is actually super solid, although it is only on, gold badges. Not the greatest at dribbling, but jump shot 32 on quick is super money and super easy to time. It's that Rajon Rondo jumper, Amon Shumpert jumper, just a little bit slower because it's not on very quick. But overall, he's really good and just plays all around great. And for some budget people, I still recommend, if you have him, to like throw him off the bench because he can provide you with some nice just oomph off there, which is cool. Next up, we do have Amethyst Kenrich Williams. Kenrich Williams, pretty cool, not too bad. I didn't even enter the locker code for this card, so I cannot definitively say how great or not great, I guess we'll say that. It sounds terrible. He is. I know a lot of people that have him that really liked him when he first came out, which is cool, probably because he was a free diamond. He's 6'6", he's nice, an okay shooter, pretty good defender, okay slasher. Overall, he's just a pretty okay card. And again, jump shot 36 on quick is it's a pretty good jumper, so not too bad for Kenrich Williams. Next up, Pink Diamond Kiki Vandalway, a card that was terrible on his diamond, but as soon as they gave him a Pink Diamond token reward, I instantly kind of liked him a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Kiki was actually pretty fun to use. I'm not using him anymore just because there's some other guys that I can run at the 3 that are a little bit better. But he is 6'8", a 7-foot wingspan. He is an amazing shooter with his jump shot, 42 on quick, it's actually pretty good on quick. On normal timing, it was meh, but they also did give Kiki clamps and some okay defense on the perimeter, so he's actually a pretty decent card. I'm not going to say he's amazing or that you should go spend 150 tokens on him, but he's not too bad. But for sure, save your tokens for the new season. We have like 10 or 12, 11 days left. I think a lot of us can be a little bit patient. I'm working up towards Opals myself. Next up is Amethyst, Will Barton, who actually is kind of a demon, man. Will Barton is a free, level reward that you can get for a lot of stuff, and for some XP. He's one of the lower ends, so he's pretty easy to get. And he's 6'6" with a 6'9" wingspan, and he has Hall of Fame quick first step, catch and shoot, and some nice finishing badges like Showtime. Has gold range, clamps, all that sort of stuff. The only thing that's terrible is his interior defense, but I'm assuming if he had a higher one, he probably would turn to a diamond. So I kind of get it. Plus, Will Barton has jump shot 44 on quick, which is a little bit awkward because it sucks you in a little bit and gives you some contests. But he also has the curry slide, the long out the layup pack, which is overall great. For an Amethyst, a free Amethyst at that, Will Barton is absolutely amazing, and I actually kind of love him. He's pretty good, and can save you some contract costs if you just want, an okay budget guy. Next up, we do have a Diamond Nicholas Batum, who is another card that I actually really like because of his just all-around versatility that he provides. He was a free reward, I'm pretty sure, in it might have been Season 4, something like that, and he was actually really good. He was one of those cards that I kind of threw on my lineup just to, I guess, play all around for me. It was nice. Now, if you're not really a fan of Jump Shot 40, you probably are not going to like Nicholas Batum, but he's 6'9", has a 7-foot wingspan, and just plays amazing defense all around. He can play make well for it, he can shoot, especially off the catch, and he can dunk pretty well as well. I wish he had the normal timing on Jump Shot 40, but because he's so tall, I can get away with it. Next up is the Pink Diamond LeBron James, the Moments card, and actually, it's pretty good, but that's because LeBron James actually has a money jump shot. Like, the green window on LeBron James's jumper, it's kind of crazy, I'm not going to lie. And he's 6'9", and has just that great player build. And if you go and actually look at this LeBron James, there's really nothing he can't do. He's a great finisher, he's a great shooter, he's a pretty good playmaker, and he's a pretty good defender as well with, that LeBron James jumper. The thing that's sad is he just has terrible dribbling, and his release timing on normal isn't too great, but it means you're going to be greeting a little bit more consistently. I'm not a huge fan of this LeBron, but I know a lot of people like him, so he's good for budget teams, man. Good for budget teams. Next up is Pink Diamond Gerald Wallace from the Quantum set. Now, I was really excited for a new Gerald Wallace when this card came out, but he just didn't really jump out at me too much, man. Like, yeah, he's a really good defender, as you would expect, and he's actually a really good slasher, but they just didn't give him any sort of range extender, things like that off the rip, and it was a little bit tough. Plus, his dribbling is just terrible. They did not give him anything in dribbling, so they kind of just made him a cone that plays defense, really. So it's a little bit tough. I like Gerald Wallace. I love his cards, and Jump Shot 4 on quick is actually pretty nice, but overall, it could be better. Next up is Amethyst Glenn Robinson III, because he is just one of those budget cards. Let me move that over because that was kind of annoying me. Glenn Robinson III, one of those retro 2K cards that we did get. I think in the same set that we got the Kobe Bryant and Bonga, which is pretty cool. He's 6'6", 6'10" wingspan, can play the 3 and the 2, and he's just like one of those all-around really good Amethysts that just gives you a bunch of really great things. His jump shot on quick is actually super nice, and he has the curry style, which is awesome. I don't love his dribble style, but all around he's not too bad, and if this card had a range extender, he would be one of the best budget cards in the game still, so good job, Glenn Robinson. And last but not least, we do have Amethyst Brent Berry, who I will also move over so you guys can see it a little bit better. Amethyst Brent Berry was from that Pantheon All-Star set, one of those cheap little budget cards that not too many people hyped up, but he came with Hall of Fame range extender and catch and shoot with some pretty good finishing badges. He's got some pretty solid defense, and he has Jump Shot 16, which is the Wally Zerbiak jumper on quick, which is lightning fast. Jump Shot 16 is already a fast jumper, so you really don't even need those super fast timing, but when you add it on quick, it's actually kind of money, and this Brent Berry is just overall really, really solid. So next up, we do have our wonderful, not quite a demon tier. We got our really good cards, or they're just slightly better than the budget guys. So first off, we do have Galaxy Opal Shawn Marion. Now, I'll be the first to tell you that I'm not too excited about Shawn Marion at all. I really wasn't when he came out, and I'm still not really that excited about him now. It's just, it's Shawn Marion. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's just not a card that really gets me too excited. If it is for you, you know what? Good on you. Shawn Marion can be that guy that you like. But at Galaxy Opal, 6'7", 6'10" wingspan, and if you actually look at him, his defense and just all-around ability is just so good that you kind of got to give him some love. Jump shot 39 is that Kelly Ubre jumper on quick. It's actually pretty solid, and you get okay dribbling. It's not great, but it's not bad. So you know what? Shawn Marion can still sit there and not quite a demon. Next up is the Galaxy Opal Peja Stojakovic that you get from Triple Threat Offline. I think this was the Season 5? Yeah, it was a Season 5 like max games reward in Triple Threat Offline, which is pretty cool. Peja Stojakovic has a the same jumper with jump shot 56 as like a Chris Middleton, and you know, it's actually not too bad. Plus you get love for the fact that Peja's 6'9", so you got that nice big player build. His dribbling's not the most insane, but he's just a really good shooter. He plays better defense than you would expect because he's just got that big player build, and overall he's actually pretty solid. Plus he's free, so you gotta give him a little love. Next up is a Galaxy Opal Paul Pierce, a card that I think I've had up in the like you know, A tier or whatever you want to call, whatever it's been named at the time, ever since he came out, because Paul Pierce is really good. Like, his jump shot on next gen is actually super solid. It allows you to actually shoot in the corner, and he has Hall of Fame blinders, so on next gen he's a demon. But still, he's going to be a great shooter, and he's actually a pretty capable defender and playmaker. The problem is, Paul Pierce really isn't that great of a finisher at all. I love the quick dribble style and the Curry slide on Paul Pierce. It's like what they gave him to try to make him a little bit more cheesy, but you can't drive to the basket too confidently unless you really send some badges to him. Like, you need to add, you know, a consistent finisher, a giant slayer, a auxiliary finisher, a showtime, pro touch, things like that, just to finally get your Paul Pierce to finishing well. So it's definitely not amazing for Pierce. Next up is Pink Diamond Kelly Ubre Jr., who I find as a slightly better, not like an insanely better, but a slightly better Shawn Marion. He's just a good card. Like, he's just a good card. Kelly Ubre we did get for free from some agenda reward. He's 6'7", 7'2" wingspan, and he's just got a really good all-around game. He's a great finisher, amazing shooter with that Hall of Fame blinders on next gen, but I just don't love the jumper too much. So for me personally, Kelly Ubre just isn't as cheesy. Some people may throw him in the demon tier because he's cute and he's got some nice, you know, just all-around stats. But for me, it's you know, he's good, but he's not absolutely amazing. And again, doesn't have the most insane dribbling moves, but he does have the Pro 8 moving cross, which is pretty good. Next up is Galaxy Opal Jimmy Butler, a card that I'm just keeping in the not quite a demon tier just because I love the fact that he's got jump shot 22. Like, you give him jump shot 22 on quick with the Curry slide, I'm automatically going to love the card. He's a great defender, great shooter, and a pretty good finisher as well. So, you know, it's not too bad. It's just a little slight step up from that Evo Diamond, which is pretty cool. So, you know, it is what it is. Next up is Jarrett Culver, who is a glitched reward. Now you can only get him in like that glitched market, which I have not seen. I played like 500 games throughout the season and still have yet to get into the glitch market. So 2K, love you for that. But he's kind of like a mini T-Mac or Brandon Roy, just with different dribbling that's not as good. So if you like Brandon Roy, you'll like Jarrett Culver. They're kind of the same card, just slightly different things there. Really good defender, insanely good slasher, pretty good shooter, pretty good playmaker. I've seen some people really talk trash about Jarrett Culver, saying he's like absolutely terrible. But let's be honest, that's just because you were expecting him to be like a next level insane card. And he's just good. Next up is Galaxy Opal Hedo Turkoglu, another card that gets a lot of hate, but I actually really love this Hedo Turkoglu card. He's a 6'10" guy with the shifty dribble style and the Curry slide. Once you get used to the LaMarcus Aldridge jumper on quick, it is perfectly fine, and he's going to be one of the best shooters. He's an amazing defender because of how tall he is and how big his player build is. He's like a fat Giannis build, which is amazing, and his playmaking goes dummy. If you know how to dribble, this Hedo Turkoglu card is going to feel like one of the smoothest cards in your hands, and if you are going against somebody that knows how to dribble, this Hedo Turkoglu is a nightmare to guard. But definitely has a little bit of, I guess, skill involved in knowing when you can take jumpers with that LA base and when you can't, because it can be baited at times. Next up is Galaxy Opal Andre Iguodala, a card that I've never really liked, even when he came out, and I almost put him down to the budget tier because I just don't really like Iggy cards. But when you get a guy that's this good at defense and is this good at slashing, I guess I can get used to it. I just hate his jumper. I hate his jumper. Don't expect Andre Iguodala to be one of those shooters for you. For me, he's just been terrible. I'm not a fan. Starting off our S tier or our Demons tier, we have Terry the Dentist. Come on. I mean, you got to expect it. Rudy Gay, Curry Slide, has Hall of Fame clearance, Ranger Center, all that sort of stuff. Terry, you know it. He's a demon. He's still, when there's this many, or this little amount of cards, somebody that's been in the game this long like Terry is still going to be up there. Next up is Diamond Sean Elliott, a card that I'd never seen people use. I've never seen somebody legitimately go ahead and try to use the Sean Elliott in a game, and I could not tell you why. He's 6'8", 6'11" wingspan, has amazing defense, he has amazing shooting, and then has jump shot 29 on quick and the Curry Slide. If you know what you're doing with Sean Elliott, he's going to be one of the best cards in the entire game, especially as that diamond tier. Like, stay woke. Stay woke. Next up is Diamond Justice Winslow, one of the new warped reality cards that did drop, and he's actually pretty fire. Like Justice Winslow, I think having that secondary position as a PG also really helps out. But he's 6'7", 6'10" wingspan. He is an absolutely amazing slasher to the basket. He finishes with everybody. And the one thing that I really loved about Justice when I used him in the gameplay, that you guys can find in the link in the description down below, was that he was a beautiful defender. He was locking everybody up. I think I was going against Ben Simmons in that gameplay, and he was just shutting everything down. He's a great playmaker as well, and has Hall of Fame range extender, sniper, and catch and shoot, which is great. Jump shot 20 on very quick is actually a pretty solid jumper. Plus the quick dribble style, Curry Slide along at the layup package, all equal out to being absolutely amazing, along with those defensive tendencies. So Justice Winslow, we're throwing him up there because he doesn't really have a lot of competition. Next up is Galaxy Opal Deadlift Shrimp. If you loved the Galaxy Opal, or not Galaxy Opal, the Diamond Delino Gallinari, you'll probably love this Deadlift Shrimp. He's pretty good, man. He's going to be one of the best shooters in the entire game, especially on next gen, because that Delino Gallinari jumper on quick is absolutely amazing. Has a quick dribble style and the Curry Slide at 6'9". He's just amazing. And again, I think it's a case of there's just very little competition for this demon tier at the small forward position that we have Deadlift Shrimp up in demon tier. Like, that really shouldn't be happening. Next up is Galaxy Opal Kedrick Maxwell, who has jump shot 3 on quick, which is that Jarrett Jack jumper. It is so money, it is so smooth, it is nice. Plus he has the Curry Slide and is all around really, really great. I've loved Kedrick Maxwell since he came out. I know a lot of people have talked a lot of trash about him. I don't see why. He's just a great card. He's really fun to use. He's up in the demon tier. Next up, as you would expect, is Dark Matter Carmelo Anthony. I've seen some people talk the most trash about Carmelo just because he has, you know, Pro 1 for his dribbling moves. They don't like the Carmelo jumper on quick. It's just not great, but dude, Carmelo has 3,135 total stats, can literally do everything in the game, has 40 Hall of Fame badges, making him one of the better, slashers in the game, the better shooters, a great playmaker, amazing defender. Even if he doesn't have the Curry Slide, it's not that big of a deal. If you can't play without the Curry Slide, you gotta check up what you're doing, because this Carmelo is actually a really great card all around. Absolutely love him, and he's definitely sitting there at the demon tier. And last but not least is Pink Diamond Andrew Wiggins, who is basically just Galaxy Opal Jimmy Butler, but low-key a bit better. This Andrew Wiggins is kind of crazy. When he first dropped, he was kind of terrible, but then they changed it, so he had the Curry Slide, jump shot 22 on quick, the long athlete layup package, and he's just an insane defender. He dunks over everybody, and it's just super quick. Just gets in there like crazy. Plus, range extender on gold is going to be really solid with that jump shot 22 and all around. Wiggins is just an absolute demon, man. I've never had a card catch so many nasty posters as this Pink Diamond Wiggins. It was so fun. So that's what we have for our tier list. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comment section below. Like I showed you guys in the beginning of the video, the small forwards position is terrible in here. Like, the fact that I had to throw Sean Elliott, Cedric Maxwell, Deadlift Shrimp, and I have Andrew Wiggins up in the demon tier because of how little good small forwards there are is definitely a problem. 2K, we need better small forwards. They're all at the power forward position, which you'll see in the next video whenever that comes out. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys check out the point guards and the shooting guards tier list down in the comment section below, as well as any of the gameplays that we talked about will be linked down there as well. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Subscribe if you guys are new, and I will see you all in the next video.